Have you ever wondered what it really means when Liverpool buys back one of its own? Not as nostalgia, not as sentiment, but as tactical necessity and true belief in identity. What if I told you that a defender who left Anfield with questions surrounding his future might actually be the key piece in solving the Reds' defensive puzzle? Today, we dive deep into a story that's bigger than transfers, bigger than contracts, bigger than headlines. This is about the beating heart of Liverpool Football Club and how a potential return could change everything. Let's talk about Jarell Quansah, a name that lights up both hope and controversy among Reds fans. Quansah, the 23-year-old center-back who came through the Liverpool Academy and was part of the squad that lifted the Premier League title, was sold to Bayer Leverkusen last summer in a deal worth around £35 million with a buyback clause. At the time, many understood the move. A young defender seeking minutes he wasn't guaranteed at Anfield. He wanted game time, and Leverkusen offered exactly that. Fast forward to now, and what was once a reasonable parting of ways has become a genuine talking point amid Liverpool's ongoing defensive struggles this season. With injuries plaguing the backline, including a serious ACL setback for young signing Giovanni Leone, and questions surrounding the future of Ibrahima Konate, whose contract situation is still unresolved with talks yet to break through, Liverpool find themselves thin at the heart of defense. That's where the story gets fascinating. European football expert Andy Brassel publicly suggested that a return for Quansah might not only be possible, but potentially sensible, and that Liverpool may have to think creatively this summer about how to fortify their defense. "We've seen that before," Brassel said on TalkSport, referencing how players have left for the Bundesliga only to come back stronger and more complete, like Dani Carvajal did with Real Madrid. Pause for a second and think about that. This is an analyst not just speculating, but connecting a real tactical need with Liverpool's own contractual foresight, a buyback clause that they didn't have to include, but they did anyway. That action alone tells you something about how the club views Quansah's potential long-term. And here's the twist. According to reports, Liverpool already have pre-agreed personal terms with Quansah should the buyback ever be activated, meaning the player has already signaled a willingness to return in the future. This is not speculation or fantasy. It's planning, and it's real. Meanwhile, Klopp's successor, Arne Slot, and sporting director Richard Hughes have moved to address the backline by securing a £60 million deal for highly rated French defender Jeremy Jacquet, who will join Liverpool from Rennes in the summer. But even with Jacquet on the way, voices like Jamie Carragher and other pundits are adamant that Liverpool still needs sturdier options to compete at the very highest level. Why is all of this so vital right now? Because Liverpool's defensive woes have not just been minor blips, they've contributed to dropped points, uncertainty, and pressure in every competition this season. The Reds might be champions, but that doesn't mean they can coast. They must evolve with precision and foresight. And on that note, let's add another compelling layer. Quansah has made real strides since leaving Merseyside. He's been a regular starter for Leverkusen, accruing more minutes than he ever did at Liverpool, and that consistent exposure at Bundesliga level gives him invaluable experience. That's exactly the sort of growth that can transform a promising academy product into a world-class defender ready to anchor the spine of a title-challenging side. Make no mistake, the conversation around Quansah's return is not just fan fodder or social media noise. It's backed by tactical logic, financial prudence, and genuine competitive need. Liverpool's scouting and recruitment team don't act on hunches. When they negotiate contractual openings like buyback clauses, they plan ahead. And now, with the possibility of Konate's future still unclear and Virgil van Dijk entering the later stages of his peak years, the Reds could pivot wisely by bringing home one of their own who matured abroad, ready to lead, hungry to prove himself, and attuned to the club's identity. Here's the truth. Liverpool have always been built on resilience, creativity, and sovereignty, on nurturing talent, evolving with purpose, and acting with vision. Whether Quansah returns as the next big signing or whether the club sweeps in with a different defensive powerhouse this summer, the message is clear. Liverpool won't be passive. The Reds are planning, reacting, and adapting relentlessly. As fans, we watch every twist, every transfer rumor, every strategic puzzle piece fall into place. The possibility of a Quansah return is not just a transfer story. It's about what Liverpool stands for, how they manage adversity, and how they balance youth, experience, and identity with ambition. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Liverpool should bring Quansah back to Anfield? Do you believe he could solve the defensive issues and be a cornerstone of this team for years? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive, and make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss another update from Liverpool Stand. Let's keep the debate going, Reds.